Hi again, this is Sinatra, and this is the continuing series of the Performance Director HUD. And in the first series, what we've learned was how to set up groups and start our dances. And now we're going to talk about commands and hotkeys. And here I've created a group called Emotes. And you can call this group whatever you want. So if you have different objects, a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on stage, particles and running the lights and all that. And if you want to divide them up, you can do that too. Like I could have group emotes and make those actual chats in local chat and have another one at group and call it commands and have that my commands to my prop items separated. But we're going to be easy here, so I'm just going to do at group emotes and jump down here, and I've created the other another sequence down here, and it's emotes equals. So the first thing is these are chat channels, the 0, the 89, and the 90. And these, of course, in the front are the times when you, along the timeline when you press play. So 0 is, of course, when you press play, and that's the beginning. And this is how many seconds into the song you go along. So 2 seconds into the song, I'm going to have my PD shout on channel 0, "Welcome to the show." At 8 seconds, it's going to say on channel 89 show, and at 15 seconds it's going to say on channel 90 show. But what does all this mean? How do I find out how to say or shout or what channels to do? So on the website there's an explanation right at the top, and I'm doing this video, this is the second time that I'm doing this part because I've changed this page. And I found that, we found over the past couple of years that we have more and more people coming into Second Life who really don't know what a chat channel is. So here is a brief explanation of what chat channels are and what emotes are. And here are the commands that you can say, shout, or region say. Now, a lot of people realize that if you're standing with a bunch of people and you're typing in local chat, that anybody is out of chat range who is 20 meters from you. A lot of people don't know that it is actually 20 meters. They just know that, oh, they're too far away to hear me. It's actually 20 meters. So a shout, and if you're typing in local chat and you hold control and hit enter, that's a shout, and that will send whatever you're typing 100 meters in all directions around you. And a region say is the whole region, the whole sim. It can hear it. So if you can use any one of these. Just make sure that if you're sending a command to something further than 20 meters away from you, if you have a huge stage, you might want to use shout or region say. Just make sure that it's within the range. So you can use the command of say, shout, or region say by typing it all in capital letters, or you can use the alias. So say would be a small s, shout would be a capital S, and region say you can use RS or RSay. And let's jump back up here to the command channels really quick. Typing something in local chat is actually on channel 0, and I'll show you this. So if I say hello right here, you're going to see hello. If I type, and to type on a channel, you would put a slash and the channel number, and I'm just going to put 0 so you see, and I say hello, you're still going to see it. But if I put channel 10 and say hello, you're not going to see anything. But whatever is on channel 10 is going to see it, is going to hear it. So that's what a chat channel is. And all of the Spot On products respond to chat channels, and we always give you the or the channel command and the channel itself in the note cards inside the folder. So I have a couple of things here. So let me back up for a second. 2 seconds, we're going to shout on channel 0, "Welcome to the show." And go back to the page, you see here is the format. The first is going to be the time, and you're going to use one of the 3 commands, say, shout, or region say. And then you do a colon, the channel number, another colon, and then the command or the chat. So all of this should be no spaces in between them. I only put spaces here just so it's easier for you to read. And here, whatever this is, can be spaces. Now, some chat commands need to be, the commands to objects may be case sensitive. So if you have, like our curtains, you can put it all in caps, you can put a capital C, you can put whatever. Our curtains will open. But some products that people sell, they need it to be, you know, the C must be capitalized, and if you put it any other way, it's not going to hear it. It's not going to work. So pay attention to your product and how that needs the commands. You can also do commands at the same time. So notice that I have on channel 0 here in this example, I'm going to say on 52 curtain, which will open our curtain. And I'm also at 0, say on channel 52 curtain, and also at 0, that means when play is pressed, I'm going to shout on channel 53 a command to dim the lights. Say that the lights were, you know, the light switch is across the theater from me. And at 5 seconds, I'm going to shout on channel 0, "Welcome to the show," and that the whole audience will see that. Or I can put RS, "Welcome to the show," and then the whole sim will see that. So this here just gives an explanation of what goes on, what I just explained right there. So that's the format that you're going to do down here for the emotes. And this will automatically play when you press play. It'll be just like the sequences, the dance sequences. You have another option that you can do, and that is assigning buttons. And you can assign multiple commands to a button. So say you have a product and you are practicing and you want to, and you have to reset each time you go through your sequence, and you have to reset everything. You know, it's easier to just push a button than to sit and type hide on these 2 different channels. So let's go through this. I'm going to just quickly load this and do a routine cache. Actually, let's do an all cache again. Sometimes you have to do it a few times before you'll actually see the animations go. Here we go. They go through really fast. So let's play. And I'm back up a little bit. Here we do our snap fingers. Our movers moved. And there's my 89 show. And there's my 90 show. Right there. 89 show the little mushrooms, and 90 show the big mushrooms. So let me just stop this, and now you'll see the button in action. So I have programmed here. I can program at button equals, and it's the same format here. I'm going to say on channel 89 hide. I can have at button 2 say on channel 90 hide, but I can string a couple of them. I wouldn't go more than 3. String a couple of them there, and then you can leave your other buttons open for other things. And the buttons are only for the card that's loaded. So if I load this PD tutorial 2 and I don't have that button line programmed in there, the buttons aren't going to do a thing. So let's press the buttons and off they go. And now I'm ready to practice again. So now we'll go down through the list of the different commands that are available to you. Let's go back to the website, and here are examples of assigning the button commands. There is one per button, and here's shout and region say, and here's an example of multiple commands per hotkey. Just make sure when you do the commands here that you put a pipe in between the say, shout, or region say commands. So always look at this website, and if you forget what that is, if you forget how to do those commands, and remember, go to this Learn and Create page, and then just go to Commands and Hotkeys right here. Alright, so let's go down. The next one listed is ankle lock, and I've already spoken about this, and you just want to put ankle lock up here in the top of your note page or note card somewhere, but under the groups. And that, of course, will keep your ankles locked, and it'll relock each time it changes an animation. So the next one is private message. This is great for Custom Assistant, and this is Custom Assistant. You're going to have to look that up. That is up here. You can look it up. Just click that link right there. But this is for sending, say you have dancers on, and their folders for Custom Assistant is all on the same channel, 44. They're all the same, but you want them to change an item of clothing or an attachment at different times. So I would put in the dancers group, say at 60 seconds, we want this one to remove the folder close, and we want the other dancer at 120 seconds. So how I would do that is, if I wanted Galila to change at 40 seconds, I would put it there, PM, start the command with PM, and if I wanted to send a private message to Quentina, I would put it there. If I wanted them both to do it, I would just put it down in here, and it doesn't need to be a private message. A private message is when you only want to send to one person. So back to the web page. Automatic pre-cache is when you load your note card, pre-cache will go. But like I keep saying over and over again, you want to do this several times while the audience is coming. So automatic pre-cache will just do it one time. You want to do it several times. And how you would do that is just put that up here at pre-cache, and then when you load the note card, it would automatically pre-cache. So I'm just going to take that out so we don't clutter it up. So moving on, we have load card. And what load card is used for is just simply what it says, is loading the next card. So if you're doing your sequence and you want to pop backstage automatically, this shows you an example right here. The curtain closes at 42 seconds, and then half a second after that it loads card backstage. So if you were using with the stage manager or the stage marker, then it would load that card. Say we have a backstage note card in there, and it would pop everyone backstage right without you actually having to load that card. So if I have two note cards in here, PD Tutorial 1 and PD Tutorial 2, and if I had a dance sequence in here and I wanted to continue on to start another sequence out on stage, it doesn't actually have to be a backstage one. I could put down here at the time I want to, at the end of course, at the time I want to load that note card by putting load note card PD Tutorial 2. So the next one is on load, and this is going to be certain things, certain commands that you want to happen as soon as the card is loaded. As this states right here, you can actually res a set from your stage manager as soon as you load a card, or add costumes. So if you're stringing several different sequences together with using the load card, and you want certain things to happen as soon as the card is loaded, then you can put on load and then put those commands in there. So this gives an example of this is a set being resed from the stage manager. This is a command going to the costume assistant, and this is a command going to open the curtain. Now you have to be very careful if you use this, because if you are backstage and most dancers are in a show with other dancers and they have to wait for their turn, and you don't want to res your set on top of somebody who's out on stage already. Or if one of the dancers out on stage is in your set and she or he is wearing a costume assistant that is going to be working with your set, as soon as you load the card, the poor person out on the stage would change outfit. So be very careful and smart about using that. Read this warning here. And you also have on load delay. Oh, and by the way, this thing, this command line would go up here in the top somewhere. So you can do on load right here. And again, the structure card is Performance Director, load note card. If you want to know where those commands should be placed, then again go back here to this structure card. By the way, I fixed this typo here from the beginning video, and here's where you would do the optional commands on load, except for the load card you would want to do down at the end. Okay, back to the commands and hotkey buttons. So the on load delay, you can add a delay in that on load. This is the same on load command for things to happen when you load the note card. And loading the note card, of course, is just pressing the button, pressing the name of the card on your Performance Director. So you can have, let's say, on load right away, the lights are going to dim, delay 5 seconds, little dramatic delay there, and the curtain will open, and then at 8 seconds it would say welcome to the show. And these delays are after the card is loaded, so it would dim the lights. 5 seconds later would open the curtain, and 8 seconds would say welcome to the show. Debug mode is very, very cool. At debug, if you just put this in the top, somewhere up here in the top, what this does is it will tell you in chat what you're doing. So let's load that card. I've made that change, and it says enabled ankle lock and enabled debug. So when I press play, it's going to tell me when it's changing and when it's saying the commands. And when you are doing long sequences, and I've seen people try to do up to like 12-minute sequences of dances, it gets kind of hard to figure out when one stops and one begins. So this is going to tell you each time that it changes animations. So see, dancer 1, dancer 2 are changing to snap fingers. There's the command that I just said to the audience. I should probably take shout off. People on my sim here are probably saying, who is she welcoming? And then it's saying it's changing what dancer 1 is doing, what dancer 2 is doing, and there we go. So debug is really cool, and it's only showing you. You want to turn that off during the show, otherwise you're going to be spammed. But for you, as you're working on your performance director routine, it's really good to have. So let's save that and reload it. So the last command that we have here on this page is at autoplay. This is another one that you really want to be very careful with. But if you're doing a whole sequence of events, and you really can fill up your note card, it only has so much memory. So some people try to do 10, 12, 15-minute sequences, which is okay, but anything more than that, and you might end up with memory issues. So if you're doing the onload and you want things to load automatically, you can also add an autoplay to the next note card. And what will happen is when it loads automatically, if I put this here on load, or load card at the end to load my second one here, and then I put in my second one at autoplay, it's just going to continue on. You might see a little bit of it's going to take, when you load the card, it's going to be a certain delay for that card to load, and depending on how big that card is. But before the show, you should pre-cache all of your animations so that when you do jump from card to card, that all of your animations are pre-cached for the audience. So that's it for this one. The next one will be idle dance, animation, layering, and emote spoofing. And then we're going to do stage marker and stage manager together, hopefully. Alrighty, thank you for watching, and give us a yell if you have any questions. Thanks, bye.